Hello and welcome to I'm Still Playing, where you'll get gameplay and developer insights from grizzled game dev veteran, yours truly. So the 1.7 update dropped yesterday for ZZZ with literally no fanfare. And as filler updates go, and let's not kid ourselves, this is definitely the filler update before the big Season 2 storm that's on the horizon. It's not bad. We got the 2 new banners that we knew were coming. We got the next story update, Bury Your Tears, something or another. And at least initially the Flower Shop event, though more events are on the way, I'm sure. Now, I'm not really here though to talk about any of that tonight. What I am here to talk about is what I saw in the story, which is this. Check it out.
Who the hell are you?
Why don't you take a guess?
We're the ones here to stop you.
Yep, that's right. There's actually a fight where, while you're playing as Hugo, Lycon, an on-field playable character, is also playing with you. And I'm not talking about playing in an off-field manner like Polka or Astra Yao. I'm talking about a full-on AI-controlled player character in the fight with you, or the entire fight. Right? Now, I think this is fantastic, and also a little terrifying at the same time. Let me explain why. First, the fantastic. Back in the last developer's log, the dev said this. Oh, and by the way, mad respect for Y delivering the entire thing in English.
The current combat design significantly diminishes the presence of the characters other than the main DPS. What should be a 3-person tactical squad feels more like a solo operation. So for the character combat design in Season 2, we will enhance the functionality and performance of non-DPS characters. For example, when agents are switched out, they can still remain on field and contribute to combat. Thus, there's a visual indication of their combat performance, while not affecting the player's control of the on-field agent.
And this right here is that very concept being executed. HoYoverse is right here testing out the ability to put full player characters under the control of the AI on the field with the player just to see how it works out. And I think this is fantastic because it could literally lead to future combats where all 3 of your teammates are on the field with you switching back and forth between them. Have you ever played Tales of Arise? This could be just like that, right? And I love the idea of your teammates actually being in a combat with you, with all of them playing at the same time, and then you choosing who you're controlling at any given time. However, though, if they do go this route, I think they'll definitely need to redesign some of the combat arenas because they're clearly made for a single character and a small group of combatants. Now, while I do find this development very cool and hugely exciting, it's also slightly terrifying. Let me explain why. A fully AI-controlled player character in combat paves the way for a feature that Chinese developers absolutely love to put in their free-to-play and gacha games: autoplay. Yeah, I know. For whatever reason, a certain segment of the player base is perfectly happy to put their game in autopilot and let it grind away at the materials and dailies for them while they AFK and go play some other game. As for myself, I'm not going to lie to you, I hate it. Because let's face it, if it's in the game, you are of course compelled to use it, because if you're not using it, well then you're just being stupidly slow and inefficient for no reason. I'm not going to lie. For a long time, I got up every morning, opened up my iPad, brought up Honkai Star Rail, and started the autoplay for the dailies, and then went and made myself coffee. But honestly, more than the power creep or the incredibly boring story, that is also what eventually drove me away from HSR. Autoplay in gacha games inevitably does 2 things. First, it sadly reveals the daily grind for materials for exactly what it is. And what little joy you might have gleaned from actually participating in the gameplay while you grind for mats or relics is sucked right out. And then it just becomes a job. And you know, when a game becomes a job, for me, time to find a new game. But second, and I think perhaps worse, is that it actively makes you worse at the game. Like a muscle that you stop using, right? The more you autoplay, the less you have to think about playing the game itself. And so, well, then when you run into content that you can't autoplay your way through, and you actually have to play the game, you're going to flail even more because you've quite literally forgotten how to do it. So this is my cautionary note. I love that HoYoverse is experimenting with and exploring ways to get my entire team more involved in combat. Personally, I think the Genshin model of having a team of heroes but only being able to play one at a time and then having to swap between them has run its course. And it's great to see innovation in this area. But mark my words, if this turns into a full autoplay feature, I am out. I don't care how good the game is. And honestly, that'd be really sad because I like ZZZ a whole lot. So what do you think? Are you excited about these changes, or are you more cautiously optimistic? How would you feel if they added a complete autoplay feature to ZZZ? Would you welcome it, be ambivalent, or like me, not be terribly happy about it? Let me know in the comments below. And whatever it is that you're playing, play hard. Until next time, cheers.